जय परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सूत्र सदस्यमान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। आनंद कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नामाचार्य श्री रविदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंड की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Naveda Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to their Samaya. All glories to their Samaya. All glories to their Samaya. Thank you very much. तथा देहांतरम प्राप्ति धीर सत नमय्य. So, this is a statement by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Uvacha. That you are not this body. The first instruction for spiritual understanding is to know that I am not this body. This is the beginning. The so-called yogis, they are exercising the body, studying the psychology of the mind by charts, by so many humbugs, but our philosophy that we are not this body. And what is the question of exercising the body and spiritual realization? If I am not this body, then how I can realize myself simply by some gymnastic process? So, this is the mistake. The Kurmis, Gyanis and the Yogis. The Kurmis, pretty worker, materialistic person, they want bodily comforts. Their only idea is how to get the best comfort of this body. This body means the senses. You have got eyes, ears, nose, mouth, tongue, hands, genitals, so many senses we have got. So as soon as we are in the bodily concept of life, immediately the necessity is for sense gratification. But Krishna says to Arjuna that you are not this body. Therefore, my self-interest does not depend on my bodily comforts. They do not know this. Everyone at the present moment in this age, their only business is how to gratify the senses. The Western countries, they have got little information, but in India there was cultivation of all kinds of philosophy. So atheist philosophy was there. Charvak Muni is the chief of the atheist class of philosophers. So he said hedonism. The Western philosophy is hedonism. That eat, drink, be merry and enjoy. This philosophy. So long you have got this body, eat, drink, be merry and enjoy. The Charvak Muni also said like that. Rinam kritya ghritam pivet. In India, bodily enjoyment means first tongue's enjoyment, everywhere, here also. Tongue's enjoyment. So, if we want to control our senses, therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, following the footsteps of previous Acharya, he says that control your tongue. Control your tongue. And in the Bhagavatas it is said, Ata Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyai. With our these blunt senses, we cannot understand Krishna. It is not possible. These senses are so imperfect that you cannot acquire any perfect knowledge, material or spiritual, by the senses. That is not possible. Atha, even if you cannot know perfectly the affairs of this material world, just like they are studying the moon planet, the nearest planet. Besides this moon planet, there are millions and trillions of other planets. They cannot say anything. Because the senses are imperfect. How you can understand? I can see, say, up to 1 mile. But when there is question of millions and trillions of miles, how you can use your senses and have the perfect knowledge? So you cannot have even material knowledge perfectly by using these senses. What to speak of God and spiritual knowledge? That is beyond, beyond your conception. Therefore Shastra says, Atha Sri Krishna namadi na bhavid grahyam indriyai. If you want to know God by mental speculation, that is frog philosophy. Dr. Frog, calculating Atlantic Ocean, sitting down in the well. This is called frog philosophy. You cannot understand. Then, how it is possible to understand? The next line is, Sevan mukhehi jivbhado sayameva spurat. If you employ your tongue in the service of the Lord, He will reveal Himself to you. He will reveal. Revelation. So therefore, you have to control the tongue. What is the tongue's business? The tongue's business is taste and vibrate. So you vibrate in service of the Lord, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna means, O Krishna, O the energy of the Lord, kindly engage me in your service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. This is the meaning of Hare Krishna. It has no other meaning. O my Lord Krishna, and O the energy of Krishna, Radharani especially, kindly, both of you, engage me in your service. As Narottam Das Thakur says, Ha ha Prabhu Nanda Suto Vrishabhanu Suta Juto. My Lord Krishna, you are well known as the son of Nanda Maharaj, and your eternal consort, Radharani, she is also known as the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. So both of you are here. Aha Prabhu Nanda Suta Vrishabhanu Suta Karuna Karaha Eva. Now I have come to you. Please, both of you, be merciful upon me. This is Hare Krishna. Be merciful upon me. Narottama Dasa kahe na theliya ranga paye. You are lotus feet, you have got. Don't neglect me or push away with your lotus feet. I think if Krishna kicks and push away, that is our great fortune. You see, if Krishna kicks with his lotus feet, go away. That is also great fortune. What to speak of accepting? Just like when Krishna was kicking on the hood of the Kaliya. So the Kaliya's wife prayed, my dear sir, I do not know this culprit Kaliya, how he became so fortunate that his hood is being kicked by you. Your touch of lotus feet, great sages, saintly personal, trying to meditate upon millions of years, but this Kaliya, I do not know. What did he do in his past life that he is fortunate that his hood is being kicked by you? So, this is our position, that we cannot understand Krishna by our mental speculation, limitation. That is not possible. We have to engage. Sevanmukhi jivado. Beginning from jiva, and tongue. Tongue is the greatest enemy, and it is the greatest friend also. If you allow the tongue to do whatever it likes, smoking, drinking, eating meat and this and that, then it is your greatest enemy. And if you do not allow the tongue, you can control the tongue, then you can control all the senses. Automatically. तार मध्य जिह्वावती लोभमय सुदूरमती तारे जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बर दयामय करिबारे जिह्वा जय सब प्रसाद अन्न दिल भाई सेई प्रसाद अन्न पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे डाको चैतन्य. So tongue should be used always for glorifying the Supreme Lord. That is our business with the tongue. And the tongue should not be allowed to anything except Krishna Prasad. Then you become liberated, simply by controlling the tongue. And if you allow the tongue to do anything, then it is very difficult. So the spiritual education, as Krishna said, begins when you understand that I am not this body and satisfying the senses is not my business, because I am not this body. If I am not this body, why shall I bother myself to satisfy the body only? Body means the senses. This is the first reason. So the karmis, jnanis, yogis, they are all trying to satisfy the demands of the body. The karmis are directly doing that. Eat, drink, be merry, enjoy. That is their philosophy. Jnani is also, is simply trying to understand that I am not this body. Neti, 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 neti. This is not, this is not, this is not, this is not. The yogis, they are also trying to come to the point of controlling the senses by bodily exercise. What is it? So their center of activity is body. Center of activity is body. And our philosophy begins that you are not this body. When they will pass their examination in studying this body, then they may be able to understand what is their function. But our philosophy begins that you are not this body. Postgraduate study. You are not this body. That is Krishna's instruction. We have seen so many big politicians and scholars in India. They write comments on Bhagavad Gita, but they write on this bodily concept of life. You have seen in our country the great leader Mahatma Gandhi, his photo is with some Bhagavad Gita. But what did he do throughout his whole life? The bodily concept. I am Indian. I am Indian. Nationalism means that's bodily concept of life. I am Indian, I am American, I am Canadian. But we are not this body. Then where is the question of I am Indian, I am American, I am Canadian? So they have no this knowledge, the bodily concept of life that absorbed and is still there, authority of Bhagavad Gita. Just see the fun. And Bhagavad Gita teaches in the beginning, you are not this body. And they are in the bodily concept of life, that just try to understand what is their position. What they can understand Bhagavad Gita. If one is feeling that I belong to this nation, I belong to this family, I belong to this community, I belong to this cult, I belong to this, I belong to this religion, everything is bodily concept of life. The yogis, they are also trying to understand by bodily exercise. The jnani is also trying to know, understand fully that I am not this body. And the karmis, they cannot understand. They are as animals. The animals cannot understand that he is not body. Factually, the karmis, jnanis, yogis are a little maybe elevated than the animals, that's all. They are on the animal platform, but it is a little elevated. So I give this example, perhaps you heard it, that the dry side of the stool. In India, they pass stool on the open field. So, at the end of the day, because there is sunshine, the upper side of the stool becomes dried. And the lower side is still moist. So somebody says, this side is very good. He does not know it is stool after all. And this side or that side. So these rascals, they are on the bodily concept of life and they are thinking that I am nationalist, I am yogi, I am this, I am that, I am that. This is the philosophy. So long you are in the bodily concept of life, you are no better than the animal. That is the Bhagavad philosophy. You are animal. Jashyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke. Jashyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke. Sadhik kalatra dishubhoma ijjadhi. Jat tirtha buddhi salilena karhichit janeshu avigneshu saeva gokhara. So, gokhara means, go means cow, khara means ass, animals. So who is that? Jashyatma buddhi kunapi tridhatu. This bag of tridhatu, kapha, pitta, vayu, if one thinks that I am this body, I am this body. And in body relation, because in body relation I have got my family, society, children, wife, country, and therefore they are mine. So this Shatu Buddhi Kunapiti Sadhi. Sadhi means thinking they are mine. I am that. Sadhi Kalatradishu. Kalatra means wife. Through wife we get children, we expand. The Sanskrit word is Stri. Stri means expansion. I remain one. As soon as I get wife, I become two, then three, then four, then five, like that. That is called Stri. So, our expansion, these expansions, this material expansion, bodily expansion means illusion. Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. This illusion increases. That I am this body, and in bodily relation, everything is mine. Aham mama. Aham means I, and mama means mine. So long one shall remain in the bodily concept of life, his illusion will increase. It will never decrease. Therefore, the first instruction of Krishna to Arjuna, because if Arjuna would not have been in that position of illusion that I am this body, and the other side, my brother, my grandfather, my nephews, they are all my relations. How can I kill? This is illusion. Therefore, to dissipate this illusion, darkness, Krishna began the first lesson that you are not this body. Dehinasmin yatha dehi kaumara jovananjana tatha dehantaram prapti. You will have to change this body as you have already changed. You have already changed. You are a baby, you change your body to child, you change your body to boyhood, you change your body to youthhood, you change your body to old man. Now, after changes of it, as you have already changed so many times, similarly, there will be another change. You will have to accept another body. Very simple logic. You have already changed. So, tatha dehantaram prapti dhiras tattva namuhyati. So, don't be afraid that your nephews and grandfather or guru and they will die. They will not die. Change the body. That's it. So, namuhyati dhira. Dhira means sober, whose brain is nice, cool brain. One should not be bewildered when there is change of body. But the point is, Krishna says that tatha dehantaram prapti, another change. That is sober, one who is sober, he will think, then what kind of body I am going to get next? That is the problem. But these rascals, they do not know. Still, they are proud of their intelligence. He does not know for what kind of body he has come to this body and what he is going to get next body. They have no intelligence. Even they are said that suppose if you get next body, dog's body, they say, what is the harm? Yes? In what is called Hawaii University. One student says like that. His student is being educated, but he doesn't care even if he is going to become a dog next life. This is the education. This is the education, and they are intelligent. Professor Kotovsky said in Moscow, Swamiji, after finishing this body, everything is finished. You see, he is professor and he is student. So this is the position of so-called professor, student, university, all rascals. This is our challenge. All rascals. Because they are in the bodily concept of life. I am this body. And the body has no change. Body is changing. He is seeing actually in this life. Still he will not believe that after changing this body I will get another body. It is very logical. Dehinasmin yatha dehi kaumara jovanam jara tatha dehantaram prati. Exactly in the same way as we have changed so many times this body, I will have to change. Therefore, one who is intelligent, he should try to understand that what kind of body I am going to get next. That is intelligence. But that is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. What kind of body you can get. Janti deva brata devan, pitrim janti pitri brataha, bhuteja janti bhutani, madjajinopi janti ma. If you want to go to the higher planetary system where demigods live for hundreds and thousands and millions of years, just like Brahma. Brahma's one day you cannot calculate. So in higher planetary system you have got thousands and thousands of better facility for sense gratification and duration of life, everything. Otherwise why the Kurmis, they want to go to the heavenly planet. So, Janti deva brata Deva. So if you try to go to the higher planetary system, you can go. Krishna says. There is process. Just like for going to the moon planet, one must be very expert in the karma kanda, fruitive activities. By karma kanda, you get by the resultant action of your past activities, you can be promoted to the moon planet. That is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. But you cannot enter moon planet by your this process. By force we shall go with this aeroplane and jets and Sputniks. That's not possible. Suppose if I have got a nice motor car in America, if I want to enter in another country forcibly, is it possible? No. You must get the passport, visa, you must get sanction from the government, then you can enter. Not because that you have got a very good car, you will be allowed. So, we cannot by force. This is foolish attempt, childish attempt. They cannot go. Therefore, nowadays they stop, they do not speak. They are realizing their failure. In this way you cannot. So, but there is possibility, you can go, if you adopt the real process, you can be promoted. Similarly, you can go to the Pitri Lokas by offering Sraddhas and Pinda, you can go to the Pitri Loka. Similarly, you can remain in this Loka, Bhuteja. Similarly, you can go back to home, back to God. So, who is intelligent? And if you ask, what is the benefit by going to the planet, back to home, back to Godhead? That is assured in the Bhagavad Gita. Mam upeta kauntya dukkhalayam asasatam napnuvanti. If you come to me, then you won't have to accept again this material body which is full of miserable condition. He will remain in a spiritual body. So our Krishna consciousness movement is meant for allowing, elevating all living entities. Of course, it is not for all. It is very difficult. But anyone who has accepted this Krishna consciousness movement, if he follows the principles, then he is surely going to home, back to God. That is certain. But if you deviate, if you become attracted by Maya, that is your business. But we are giving you information. This is the process, the simple process. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, be purified, remain always liberated from material classes, and taktadeham mamopeta janma karma me dibbam jujanati. If you simply try to understand Krishna, then taktadeham, after quitting this body, mami, he will come to me. So this is our philosophy. It is very simple, and everything is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. You try to realize and preach this cult for the benefit of the whole world, then everyone will be happy. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What is the first instruction for spiritual understanding? Yes, Vishwagiti Prabhu. Harivo! I am not this body. What mistake Prabhupada explained of karmis, jnanis and yogis? Yes.
All karmis, jnanis, yogis are only like working upon the body. So we are telling like karmis are directly engaging in like enjoying senses. Jnanis are thinking like they are working on to consider that they are not body, and yogis are through different gymnastic techniques and all they are trying to elevate themselves.
Harivo! As soon as we are in the bodily concept of life, immediately the necessity is for dash dash. Harivo! Prabhupada quoted one of the top atheists. What was his name? Yes. Harivo! What is hedonism? Hedonism.
Eat, drink, be merry and enjoy.
Harivo! How does the bodily enjoyment begin, or what does bodily enjoyment mean? Yes, Bhagavad Gita.
Tongue by eating, the first enjoyment.
Tongue's enjoyment. Harivo! For Prabhupada said that you cannot even have material knowledge perfectly by your these senses. What to speak of God and spiritual knowledge? So what term he used? He used one Sanskrit term. Material knowledge also cannot be acquired properly by senses. And what to speak of spiritual knowledge, God, etc. Yes, Tribhuvan Gopal Guru.
Did he use Manasa Gochara?
No. Avang Manasa Gochara. A walk. What is the meaning? Beyond your consumption. Rivo. Gochara means to understand. Means not. Avang by your speech, by manas, your mind. You cannot understand God or spiritual realization, spiritual knowledge. If we employ our tongue in the service of the Lord, what will happen? Outcome. Harivo. Krishna will reveal with our other senses and all we cannot. That sloka Atah Sri Krishna Namadi Navavaid Grayam Indriya Sevan Mukhehi Jiva Dau. Prabhupada compared Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he gave meaning, and after that he compared with something. What did he compare it with? Okay, Bhagavad Katha, bro.
He compared with song of Narottam Thakur. Aha Prabhu Nanda Sutta, Vrishabhanu Sutta Jyota. O Krishna, O Radharani, please accept me at lotus feet. Don't kick me away. This is Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Please be merciful upon me. Harivo. Prabhupada said that one particular thing he said, and he said that is also a great fortune. And he gave example. Yes, Jai Prakash.
Even getting kicked by the Krishna's lotus feet. So he gave example of Kaliya. How even after practicing for millions of years by all the yogic process, yogis can't get the lotus feet of Krishna, but he is getting directly kicked by Krishna himself.
Harivo. Kaliya's wives expressed their surprise over this fact. How Krishna is giving his lotus feet to him. Who is our greatest enemy and greatest friend also? Yes, bro. Tongue. Harivo. तार मध्ये जीवा अति लोभो मोयस्नु ताकि जेता कठिन संसार. How could we be liberated? Yes, Pratik bro.
If you engage our tongue in chanting Hare Krishna and honoring only Krishna's prasadam.
Always using for glorifying the Supreme Lord. Harivo. Both, not just that what I said. I said always engaging in glorifying the Supreme Lord, Prabhupada said, and other is taking only Krishna Prasad. That he already told. So what is the first instruction in Bhagavad Gita in this context? If I am not this body, then yes.
Satisfying senses is not my business.
Is not?
My business.
Harivo. If I am not this body, why shall I bother myself to satisfy the body only? Body means senses. So to the degree we have realization that I am not this body, to that degree we will not get into satisfying our senses. Prabhupada said that this understanding that I am not this body is not there with many big politicians or scholars in India. He quoted one person's name. Who is that? And how he proved that? Yes, Vitthal Vishnu.
Prabhupada gave the example of Mahatma Gandhi. So Prabhupada told that Mahatma Gandhi had a photo with Bhagavad Gita. But if we see his activities, he was claiming himself. He was feeling that I am Indian. So Prabhupada told that then if somebody is feeling like that, then he is on bodily concept of life.
Haribo. Prabhupada compared karmis, jnanis and yogis with two examples he gave. Compared with two things. What did he compare them with? Okay, one. Vitthal Vishnu.
Example of dry stool. Wait.
Okay, we are answering or you are asking me? Yes. Any other? They are little better than animals. Animals think that I am this body. So they are also just little bit endeavoring to get out of the bodily concept, but some of them. So that is just little better than animal, and other is dry side of the stool. Prabhupada very graphically explained it. Somebody may say this side is better because this is dried one, but it is inside all the same thing. Haribo. For bodily concept of life, Prabhupada quoted one shloka from Bhagavad. He said this is Bhagavad philosophy. Yes, Shiv Kumar Krishna Prabhu.
यस्यात्म बुद्धि कुणपेत्र धातु के स्वधि कलत्रादिषु भौमेज्यति यस्तीर्थ बुद्धि सलिलेन करहिचित जनेषु अभिज्ञेषु सैव गोखरः.
Haribo. How did Prabhupada explain Swadhihi? Swadhi Kalatradishu Bhaumejadi. Swadhi. Yes.
Like they are all my family members. They belong to me.
Who they?
Like all the relatives and family members.
They are mine and I am theirs. Haribo. Stri means dash. One word. Jai Prakash Prabhu. Expansion. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, 4, 5, like that. Haribo. So long one shall remain in the bodily concept of life, his dash dash dash, it will dash dash. 5 words. Yes, bro. And it will
go on increasing.
Okay, correct. It will never decrease. Haribo. So long one shall remain in the bodily concept of life, his illusion will increase, it will never decrease. Therefore, the first instruction of Krishna to Arjuna is, you are not this body. Prabhupada, in terms of, in relation to this verse under discussion, the Hinosmini Yathade, Prabhupada offered one very simple logic. What is that very simple logic? Yes, Prabhu.
Our body is changing from little body to the boyhood, from boyhood to the youthfulness, and then youth to the old body. So like this, the change is happening, but still the Western people, scientists mostly, they are not recognizing that way.
Yes, Prabhu.
From baby, we get to childhood, then boyhood, youthhood, adulthood, and then old age. So similarly, this change is going on, and at the death also there will be change. So this is very simple logic, that there is only change of body, nothing else.
Yes, Haribo. So many adults may be sitting there, apart from devotees. So they have already seen that I was a child, then I was a boy, then I was youth, now I am old man. So body has been changing already, we are seeing it. So like that, this body will also change, and next body will be there. So Prabhupada said they are very proud of their intelligence, but they don't know 2 things, and that proves that they have no intelligence. Little tough, I think. Yes, Tribham Gopal Prabhu.
They don't know that they are not this body and things related to their body are theirs.
But in this sequence, Prabhupada has said something. But 2 things, no? That is 1 thing. Yes, bro. Haribo. Still they are very proud of their intelligence. He does not know from what kind of body he has come to this body and what he is going to get next body. They have no intelligence. Prabhupada said dhira means, what is the English word? And he gave 2 equivalents, or 1 only, but 2 adjectives he used. Dhira, most dhira will explain.
Sober, nice brain, cool brain.
Oh. Nice brain, cool brain. Then Prabhupada showed what you call, the greatest fun, or what exact word he used. See the fun. He gave two examples of two big shots from what do you call, some prestigious things in the world. So what was who were they? Yes, sir.
One was Professor Kotowski, another was student. And student was telling that even if I become dog in next body, I don't mind. Another Kotowski said, after death, everything is finished.
Prabhupada said, just see, he is a professor and he is a student, and from such big universities, and completely they are in ignorance. So then Prabhupada said, one who is intelligent, he should try to understand what kind of body I am going to get next. That is intelligence. So what kind of body one is going to get, that is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. He quoted one verse. Yes, Vishwagiti Prabhu.
Bhutani yanti bhutejja yanti madhyajanotma.
Mean little bit?
When one worship demigod, he go to the planets of demigod. One who worship Pitra Lok, by Pitradan, then he go to the planet of Pitru Loka. And when one worship the ghost, then he land up in the planet of ghost. And one who worship me, Krishna says, he will come back to me.
Haribo! So how to reach to moon planet and how to reach to Pitru Loka? Means that is not the goal, but Prabhupada explained. Yes, bro.
One can reach moon planet by performing karma kanda, and one can reach Pitraloka by performing Shraddha and Pindadan.
Haribo! So going to moon planet cannot be done forcibly. How did Prabhupada explain that? He gave one example also. Pratik Prabhu. Okay, Shuddha Chitta Prabhu.
If you have a nice car, without visa, you will not be allowed inside that country.
If you try to enter forcibly, the country will not allow. You need all passport, visa, etc. Haribo! Prabhupada said, what is the benefit by going to the planet? Back home, back to God, that is the goal. Mam upetyato kauntaya punarjanmana vidyate. If you come to me, then you won't have to accept another, again this material body, which is full of miserable condition. You will remain in your spiritual body. So toward the end, Prabhupada said, how one will reach back home, back to Godhead, and what is the obstacle? What is the problem? Yes, true.
One who is in Krishna consciousness movement, and if he follows the principle, then he will go back home to back garden.
Surely. And what is the problem?
If we are attracted by Maya, that is the problem.
If you deviate, if you become attracted by Maya, that is gone then. Haribo! So toward the end, what was Prabhupada's conclusion with which he ended the lecture? Bhagavad Gita.
Practice Krishna consciousness, you realize and preach. You also get benefited, others get benefited.
It is a very simple process. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, be purified, remain always liberated from material clutches. If you simply try to understand Krishna, Tyaktva Deham Punajanma, you will never come back. And then you try to realize this and preach this cult for the benefit of the whole world. Then everyone will be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।